Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of the Fantasy WNBA Today with your boy, Rick Kamla. Got to tell you, we have a name change coming up, okay? We want to rebrand the show. We're going to call it the SportsEthos WNBA Today. We're going to take the fantasy out of it because it's more of a reality show than it is a fantasy show. You guys know that we do fantasy WNBA later on in the show. You guys know I'm playing in 7 leagues. So I'm into it, but this is mostly a reality show. We talk about the league. We talk about what's going on, news, injuries, controversial stuff, refs, historical debates, all the good stuff, all the stuff that you come to your boy Cam for. So we're rebranding it, and I believe that'll be for next week, SportsEthos WNBA Today. And we really appreciate all you guys watching, subscribing to our podcast feed, and digging it, man. The WNBA obviously continues to just soar. And crescendo here as we reach the All-Star break. Obviously, the All-Star game coming up this weekend. So we start, and I'll have some on that here in a minute. But we start with my top 3 and my bottom 3 from the past week in the WNBA. Number 1 is Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna joining forces for one of the best wins of the year in the WNBA. They're on the road. They're at GSV. In the clutch, Alyssa Thomas hits the game-winning free throw in the closing seconds after what the Golden State side thinks is a controversial call. I do not. More on that in a moment. DeWanna was absolutely fantastic with a viral stat line last night. 22, 11, and 2. She had a steal, made 7 of 8 shots, 29 minutes, and double middle finger salute to Stephanie White. And you unpack one and you unpack the other. I'm not going to, flip off my great audience here. But I thought that was pretty cool. Told you. I mean, guys, DeWanna Bonner's a GOAT. They don't just go out and suck. They don't, okay? Wind them up and let them go. Huge loss for Indiana. Just so stupid how they handled that. So she goes off. She's going to continue to have big games for Phoenix. They're the second best team in the league right now, record-wise. They've got to prove that in the playoffs to get by, Indiana, New York, teams like that. But they're kicking ass right now. Good for them. Alyssa Thomas had another historic stat line. She's one of the great goody girls in the NBA, in the WNBA. 17, 6, and 11, 2 blocks. She became the first player in WNBA history to record 150 points, 100 assists, and 50 rebounds on over 50% shooting during a 10-game span. That is a typical Alyssa Thomas stat because she's a PRA machine. Points, rebounds, assists. That's her thing. Not really known for outside shooting and all that kind of stuff. Burly defender, but she's Jason Kiddish, right? Just like a walking triple-double type of player. All of these stat lines, her whole career have been nutty as hell. She's one of the all-time greats that's ever played in the game, and that's such a typical stat. She enters, Alyssa Thomas, the All-Star break, on pace to shatter Caitlin Clark's single-season assist record, surpass Courtney Vandersloot for the most 10 assist games in a single season. She's also 20 assists away from becoming the WNBA's all-time front court leader in assists. So that's going to happen very, very soon. Most 15-point, 10-assist games in WNBA history. And I have a point to make about this because this stat, I'm like, a lot of these stats I see about the WNBA kind of don't make sense. So this is what most 15-point, 10-assist games, 15 and 10. 15 and 10. It's not 25 and 15. It's 15 and 10. 15 and 10 games in WNBA history. Okay. Courtney Vandersloot, way out in front, 35. Whoops. Think about that. Courtney Vandersloot. Like if you were doing a Mount Rushmore of point guards in WNBA history, she might be on it. Statistically, she's got 2 championships. She's amazing. Courtney Vandersloot in her long career only has 35, 15, and 10 games. That absolutely shocks me. By the way, I've got like a slightly bloody lip. I'm in the sun a lot, and your lips get kind of torched a little bit, and I had a little flap, and I try to just pull it off, and it tore. So yeah, that's a buzzkill. So there's no tough guy points trying to be accumulated here. I'm just letting you know if you're like, what the hell's up with the white towel, dude? So that's what's up with the white towel. I got a fat lip around this biatch. You know what I'm saying? But 35, 15, and 10 games for Sloot doesn't make sense. Okay, so then next on the list is Caitlin Clark. In WNBA history, going all the way back to Cynthia Cooper and all that stuff. Sloot's at 35, Clark's at 15, that's second. What? How were there not more 15 and 10 games? I do not understand it. I absolutely positively do not understand it. The WNBA has been going on for what, 30 years? Something like that. And Caitlin Clark's already second on the list for 15 and 10 games. And Alyssa Thomas is at 14. She's third all time. But Alyssa Thomas has been playing a long time. And I'm surprised that she only has 15 and 10 games in her career. Shocking. You know what point that brings up is, and I'm going to talk about this more later in the show. This is the high point of the WNBA right now, and it's not even close. What these ladies are doing, every night they're rewriting the record books. Clark, Paige, Angel, Alyssa, Brianna, Asia, every night they're rewriting the record books. They are so far surpassing the statistics of yesteryear in the WNBA. It's unreal. It's kind of inverted from the NBA, because you look back, Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, they didn't track blocks and steals, right? So stupid. But those guys, it's almost like the stats were better in the NBA. Oscar Robertson never did a triple-double back when nobody cared. The stats were like gargantuan. Wilt Chamberlain's averaging 50 points in a season, right? So the stats were just like, what? Back in the day in the NBA, and then they've like kind of, slowly come down, and they're like normal or something. I don't know. But in the WNBA, it's like they started like really low and like, we're just getting started here. You know what I'm saying? And now whoosh, and it's just completely opened up every night. And I love all these Twitter follows, right? I Talk Hoops is a great follow. I think Polymarket Hoops is a great follow. Obviously, just follow at WNBA. They've always got stuff. I mean, shoot, they send out like several updates per game. They do a great job over there, right? Follow that stuff. Stay up on this. But they're always sending, NBA Central, all these places like they cover the men's game, right? Like we're all into the WNBA, dude. So so they're putting out like all of these stats. Like Caitlin did this, Paige did this, Angel did this. I've got a lot more of these stats, okay? So I love these Twitter follows. They obviously help me with the show here and content, because I don't have time to accumulate all this history and sort it and all that, but I think it's absolutely amazing. So I want to talk about DeWanna Bonner for a minute. DeWanna Bonner, first game back. So that was her second game with Phoenix. Or wait a minute. I believe that's right. Actually, I think she played 2, and then the last 2 she really played some minutes. But anyway, the game before this one, the 22-11, she had 7, 6, and 2 with a steal, 26 minutes. So she's building, and popped obviously last night. My question is, will she start? And Phoenix has some injuries right now. Sabali is out with an ankle. I lost track of Kalia Copper. When you single-handedly torpedo several of my fantasy seasons, I have Caitlin Clark and Kalia Copper all over the place. How am I living? Not well. Kalia, I love you. I do. Caitlin, I love you. I do. Just this year, it's god-awful in fantasy for me. It's just been terrible. Sabali's hurt. Copper's hurt, okay? And Bonner's not even starting right now. They're still starting Westbeld and McConney and Whitcomb, and they've been great all year as role players for this team. But, like I've said, and I'll continue to say this, how badass is a starting 5 of Natasha Mack, Alyssa Thomas, Satu Sabali, DeWanna Bonner, and Kalia Copper? You're right there with Minnesota and New York and Indiana. with that right there. Okay, let's bring Copper or Bonner off the bench. If you play her 30 minutes, I'm not going to balk. If you're playing her 20 minutes, I'm going to be pissed. Just like the Indiana thing. DeWanna Bonner's a starter. She needs to play starters minutes. So if you're bringing her off the bench, play her starters minutes, and then we're not going to have problems. Okay? And so Bonner obviously now becomes a lot more important with Sabally and Copper out. Sabally, she might miss the All-Star game. Then they may need to replace her. De'Erica Hamby. Yo, fake Shaq. De'Erica Hamby. Get it right. For the love of orange. And James frickin' Naismith, okay? One more note on Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas was voted the biggest trash talker in the WNBA. I was kind of surprised by this. She's like always smiling, seems so nice, right? Like post-game interviews, like just the salt of the earth, right? And so she's the best trash talker of the WNBA. Voted on by players. She received 40% of votes. One of the players said, she smiles and talks shit. That's the crazy part. It's psycho stuff. She's crazy, man. I absolutely love that. Because that takes me to Matt Barnes, Rasheed Wallace, Draymond Green, Dennis Rodman, all of the bad boy Pistons. They talk so much shit. Rick Mahorn, my guy. Rick Mahorn, love you, man. All those guys, Reggie Miller, Larry Bird, like Michael Jordan, like the McHale, Barkley, like the shredder trash talkers. They weren't trash talkers. They were shredders. Kevin Garnett. Come on, man. That's the dope stuff right there. I like that from Alyssa Thomas. I'm a huge fan of hers, huge fan of DeWanna. Obviously, they're a couple and they're together in Phoenix. It's such a cool story, right? I mean, give it to them, man. Give it to them. And they might win the chip together. They literally might win the chip this year. That's what Phoenix is building. Could make a move at the deadline to get even better. So let's move on to number 2. I don't know about you guys, but I thought Caitlin versus Paige was pretty cool. This isn't even in the script. This is a thought bubble. I got every time Caitlin and Angel play, right? It's race and it's white, black, and it's Caitlin, Angel, and it's all the stuff that it shouldn't be, right? All the bullshit, right? It's not, like I keep saying, Caitlin's the best passer in WNBA history. Angel's the best rebounder in WNBA history. They were drafted together, played against her in college. It's the best player rivalry we have in sports in America right now. That's what the conversation should be. But it isn't, and it annoys the hell out of me. So when and just to personify it, right? Caitlin plays Paige. Huge deal. Lots of coverage. And it's a love fest, a celebration. It's the last 2 number 1 overall picks. They play guard. They have similar games. Like all the good stuff, right? Like puppy dogs in a basket as you walk through a meadow and there's a beautiful rainbow out. Like all that. Can we get there with Angel and Caitlin? Can we get there where it's a love fest? Let's turn All-Star into a love fest and not into goosh. We've got to drive a rift in between these ladies and make them hate each other even more and ask them all these provocative questions to get a viral goddamn soundbite. Can we not do that? Can we not do that at All-Star Weekend? Can we celebrate Angel? Can we celebrate Caitlin individually? Can we celebrate their rivalry in the right way? I'm watching for that. I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not. I think there's going to be a lot of this stretching apart. That's the exact opposite thing we should be doing. Okay? It should be hugs. It should be this. It should be synergy, harmony. That's what it should be. Please. It's this weekend. Let's get that right. Think about that. Caitlin Paige, cookies and creams and puppy dogs and rainbows. Caitlin Angel, it's fire and storms and race and it. Come on, what are we doing here? I mean, so are we going to do this their entire careers? Like, it's still kind of fresh now. The WNBA is still bringing people in, like, on the bandwagon, right? Like, and that's going to continue. And that's great. But, like, when is like the tide going to go back out, right? Like, it's high tide right now. When are we just, the water's going to just kind of flow out, and it's Angel and it's Caitlin. And it's a great rivalry. And we don't have to make it into clickbait and all this super negative, ugly, douchey stuff that it doesn't need to be. When? All right. So Caitlin and Paige was pretty cool. Caitlin Clark made more history. Okay. This lady's absolutely, she's unbelievable at hoops, man. Gives me Luka vibes. Like, you know, I sometimes, you know, do the comp thing, the parallel of the W and the NBA. She's got some of that Luka in her, man. She's such a dog, too. I love the dog in Caitlin Clark. It's going to make her, I mean, she's already great. It's going to make her a champion. It might make her, it's probably going to make her a multiple champion. You got to have, she's so talented, right? But to really win big, you got to merge that with that dog. You have to. If you're just great, but not dog enough, you're going to be ringless. James Harden is that guy. Caitlin Clark is not that cut of player. So she had 13 dimes in this game. They had 30 in the game as a team. Obviously, they destroyed Dallas 102-83. Caitlin Clark had her 17th 10 assist game. And what other history? I think I've got some history on her. I can't remember though. But I mean, she had help from her friends. Natasha Howard had 18. Kelsey Mitchell, All-Star, had 20. Aaliyah Boston, All-Star, had 17. The play of the game, and it went viral, was Caitlin Clark blocked JJ Quinterly's layup attempt and then hit Sophie Cunningham about 3 quarters. It was just dope. Like, overall, the defenders, it was like a touchdown pass, right? In the back of the end zone, over the defenders, under the goalpost. She had about that window right there to throw it, and she nailed it. And Sophie Cunningham, you know, always like when Sophie's doing stuff out there, and she had a really good game, by the way, off the bench. She played better than Hall that night. Paige Beckers, okay, made more history. No way, right? 21 points, 9 of 15. She has a leg up on Caitlin in the efficiency category, and it's a lot. Paige Beckers has, like, efficiency-wise, especially this early. She's not supposed to be, guys, she's not supposed to be this efficient right now. Guys, you've got, let me look up Plum and Sapp, and their shooting percentages. I bet you they're not even at 40%. Where's my girl, Kelsey Plum? Kelsey Plum loves getting them up. She likes to let it fly. Where's 39%? Okay, not mad at her. And who was the other one I said? It was Plum and crap, I can't remember. Sab. I bet you Sab is at 39% right now. Where's my girl Sab? Okay, 38%. Year before, 39%. And if you're out there and you're, you know, an NBA head, and you know, you're liking the WNBA, you want to learn more and all that kind of stuff, there is a statistical difference. The ladies are not as efficient overall as the men are. And obviously, you've got like a Van Vliet shooting 37, 38%, but you don't have the best players in the NBA. Like Sab and Plum are top 10 players in the world. Okay. They're uber elite. They're like first team all NBA good, second team all NBA good, right? Like that cut of player. The NBA at that level doesn't have guys, right, shooting that low. So it's not one's better than the other. It's just an observation of a difference. But so like if you see Arike Ogunbowale, she's shooting 41%, or Jewel Lloyd shooting 40%. Jewel Lloyd's been a little bit different this year, but she's also had, like, she's a volume shooter, right? It's just different. It doesn't go in at quite the same rate that it does on the men's side, and that's totally okay. So that's a big statistical difference that I've noticed with the W and the NBA. is that the best of the best in the WNBA sometimes have kind of crummy field goal percentages. But Paige Bueckers is different than that. She's kind of KD-ish to me, not like long and all that, but so efficient. Like that, it might be the hallmark of Kevin Durant's game. Like just the Kevin Durant pull-up jumper in the lane. I mean, give me a break. Absolutely unstoppable. Nobody's ever guarded it in his history in the NBA. No one has ever guarded that shot. You can't. You literally can't. He's got crossovers. He's got between the legs. He's got behind the back. He's got all of that. 1 dribble pull-up, 2 dribble pull-up, 3 dribble pull-up. How do you like it? You want it on the right elbow or the left elbow? How do you like it? You want me to come below the foul line a little bit and pull up for that little baby fader from like 10 feet? Stop it. Nobody's ever defended any of those shots. Paige Bueckers she's a shot maker, one of the great shot explorers that we have in the WNBA already. And so another fabulous game for her. She's the fastest guard since Diana Taurasi, my GOAT. In 2004, fastest guard since Taurasi to reach 300 points, 500 rebounds, and 500 assists. Again, I'm surprised Caitlin Clark doesn't have that record. She doesn't. Paige Bueckers does, okay? Here's some more history for Caitlin Clark. She has reached 200 points. This one doesn't make any sense. I actually question its legitimacy. But just in case it's correct, I got to read it because it's flabbergasting. Caitlin Clark has reached 200 points and 100 assists this season, the fastest to do so in a single season in WNBA history. How? She's missed like 10 games. She's torpedoed like 4 of my fantasy WNBA teams. Caitlin, I love you, but you're killing me this year. Absolutely killing me. You've been a terrible roster. I don't know how else you say that. You took Caitlin Clark number 1 overall. You should have taken Asia. I mean, I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying that's how the stats are working out. How does Caitlin Clark have that record? Again, like I said, how? I don't understand. Caitlin Clark is that much better than Cynthia Cooper and Tina Thompson and Katie Smith and like how? I don't understand. I really, really don't. Like the older goats of the game, the Tamika Catchings, the Maya Moores, okay? All the greats, Candace Parker, who just recently retired. How do they not have these records? I don't get it. How is Caitlin Clark taking the record book in year 1 and year 2? Guys, she's not a 10-year vet. She's in year fucking 2. And she's taking record books and shredding them and throwing them off cliffs and throwing them out car doors as she drives 70 miles an hour. America, don't worry. Caitlin Clark doesn't speed, okay? Caitlin, I'm putting that on you. You know how America is. They want to tear people down at the top. They'll use anything, okay, at their disposal. So I take it back. Caitlin Clark drives 55 down every dang road, okay? And drives the speed limit. Because she's all Americana right now, right? People, Caitlin's speeding. She's endangering lives. No. Okay. I mean, I don't know. But I don't want to put that out. I'm sure she's really responsible. I know she's well insured, okay? But how? How does Caitlin Clark, how is she the fastest to 200 points and 100 assists in a single WNBA season? Missing a million games. I make it make sense. I'm dubious of that stat. There. I'm dubious. Here's another mind-blowing Caitlin Clark stat. This is a new bit. It's a new bit. It's organically a bit. Because it's every single time she plays. And I want to say this, because I worked with somebody who, at one point, he's not a huge fan of stats, at one point accused me of doing too much with stats. And at first I didn't like the feedback, but then I thought about it. And he was right that it was a little bit of stat overload and needed to be more of a blend. Because when you're doing a radio show, it's conversational, right? This is a solo show. It's me, it's you. We're hanging out. We're talking about stats and all kinds of cool stuff. It's different when you share the space and you're playing tennis with somebody back and forth. So I took the feedback. I learned from it. It was good feedback, okay? And I have now taken that to Like, I don't pull every statistic I see on Twitter or online. I don't. I vet it. Like, I pull the ones that are like, what? Those are the ones I pull. Okay. So it's like, you know what I mean? And so you could argue that, oh, KAM, all the history is just people getting smarter with stats and how to manipulate stats. And it's that. It's a media creation, okay? Like, the media is like getting so nerdy and so crazy about these stats. That's why all of these stats are so mind-blowing. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's true. If you believe that, I would welcome you to rethink this, okay? Here's what's happening. These ladies are the best that have ever played. That's what's going on here. I'm not saying that Lisa Leslie's going to be gone and forgotten. Diana Taurasi's going to be gone. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I would love to hear a Lisa Leslie talk about this, okay? One of the early goats of the double, Cynthia Cooper. I would love to hear them talk about this because the overall ability of WNBA players right now, to me, is way better overall, league-wide. And perhaps even with more broadly speaking about the upper echelon players, I feel like they're at a different level. And I mean, Leslie back in the day was dunking. Like, Leslie's game would completely translate today. She'd be right where Asia Wilson is right now, right? Killing it, okay? Love Lisa Leslie. I feel like the overall skill and ability, okay, that's rebounding, that's vision, that's playmaking, that's shot creation, that's everything. All of the nuances of basketball. Feet work. Shaq, tell them about feet work. Can't win without it, right? All of that is way more advanced now. Guess what? It's more advanced in the NBA than it was 20, 30, 40 years ago. Doesn't mean it's better. It's more advanced, okay? The WNBA is more advanced and better because in the NBA, we can quarrel about your favorite decades, your favorite eras, okay? And if somebody told me, yo, I like 90s NBA more than today's NBA, I'm rocking with that guy, okay? So, like, that's why I say the NBA is more advanced now, not necessarily better, okay? But but the WNBA, I think there's not really like era comparisons with the WNBA. I'm sorry, it's just not really a part of the narrative of the game, not yet, okay? And you will soon start to get some of that, you know, the WNBA today versus the WNBA when it was, you know, Cooper and Tina and Swoops and Lisa and all those tremendous goats, right? Because there was a difference. Less teams, not as much overall talent. The top end talent, like I said with Lisa, would hold up in any generation. I mean, Swoops would be out here getting 23 a game every night. Shout out to Cheryl Swoops. SportsEthos app, guys, check it out. It's free. Go to your app store, download the SportsEthos app. We've got NBA blurbs, NFL blurbs, MLB blurbs, and we've got all the fantasy basketball tools you need. Our app is your ultimate edge. So go to your app store, and download the SportsEthos app. We'd appreciate it, man. Little rebranding going on around here. Not with my name. I'm still AKA KAM. It is Rick Kamla. Hi, how y'all doing? We are the Fantasy WNBA Today, but not for long. We are soon to become the SportsEthos WNBA Today. This is more of a reality show than a fantasy show, but we have not forgotten about you fantasy freaks out there. We will talk about that later in the show. Number 3, and my top 3 from the last week in the WNBA. WNBA All-Star Saturday, okay? The game is on Saturday. Which team is better and who wins? Obviously, Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier drafted their teams. And I believe Nafisa Collier dominated that draft. Like I dominate my college football fantasy drafts. College football fantasy? Please go to sportsethos.com. Check out our NFL fantasy draft guide. You will see in there my college football fantasy writings, and you will enjoy, and I will help you win money. Okay. Caitlin Clark went with the homies. She went with her pals, her teammates, right? Nafisa Collier went with the G's. And I'm not talking about girls, and I'm not talking about gals. I'm talking about G's. Okay. Nafisa's roster's badass, man. Let me take you into this. And I'm talking about like all of these ladies are tremendous. They're all stars. Okay. I'm talking about the top end talent, right? Okay. Nafisa's got herself, Brianna Stewart, Nneka Ogwumike, Paige Beckers, Angel Reese, and Kelsey Plum. Okay. Plum's a dog. Reese, a dog. Beckers, a dog. Nneka, a dog. Stewie, a dog. Fee, a dog. They're winning this game. I'm telling you right now. And Collier's with Cheryl Reed. They did the coach trade, which was, I mean, you want to talk about G. Caitlin Clark knows her power. You saw her wield her power when she said, like, I don't know if the commissioner likes this or not, but me and Fee, we came with a trade, and, you know, Fee's going to be with her coach, and I'm going to be with Brondello, and it's just okay. Cool. Let's go with it. I mean, why not, right? Who cares? You know, what's the league going to – imagine a black guy for the league at that point. No, you need to stick with – and like to block that, Twitter would have been like, what are you doing? That would not have been a good look for the W. Go with what the ladies want. It's an all-star game. Who cares? What they want is most important there. You want them to ball, right? Don't give them a reason not to. So Fee's roster is bad to the bone. Okay, outside of those, giants of the game, you have Alicia Gray, you have Courtney Williams. Okay, so Fee got her teammate too, Skylar Diggins. Okay, she's a dog. Alyssa Thomas, she's a dog. I should have bolded Alyssa Thomas when I did that earlier. I'll add her to that list. She's got 7 Gs. I'm throwing Skylar Diggins on there too. She's a future Hall of Famer. We just talked about her a week ago. Because I bold like the bigger names, right? That's 8 of them. That's 67% of your team. It's like Plum's future Hall of Famer, Tom's future Hall of Famer, Reese future Hall of Famer, Diggins future Hall of Famer, Beckers, Nneka, Bree, and Fee. Stop it. They're all 8 future Hall of Famers. And Rhyne Howard, I don't know, maybe not. Courtney Williams, Alicia Gray, maybe not. But I know 8 of them. Get them a private jet. You can take them to Springfield right about now, folks. Clark's roster features herself, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin, watch yourself. You have to play in this game. It's in Indiana. The whole weekend revolves around you. Don't turn your ankle on a curb or anything, okay? Yeah, you're missing some games here, right? Watch yourself. Dude, imagine the buzzkill if Caitlin couldn't play in this game. I don't want to imagine that buzzkill, so we're moving on. All right, Caitlin Clark has Sabrina Ionescu, Asia Wilson, and that's the end of her G list, okay? That's it. I'll throw Aaliyah Boston on there. I'll be generous, okay? But Aaliyah Boston, is she a future Hall of Famer? Yeah, she kind of looks like a future Hall of Famer, but she's not a lock like Sab and Asia and Caitlin and the ladies I just read on the Collier roster, okay? And so the rest of Clark's team, Setu Sabali, she's hurt right now, may not play. Kelsey Mitchell, like I said, Gabby Williams, Sonia Citron, Kiki Ariafin, Jackie Young, Kayla Thornton. Like all those ladies. Like them a lot. Gabby Williams is the homie over here. And they're all fantastic. And that's not as good as what Collier's going to run out there. Just not. So I like Fee's team quite a bit more than Clark's team. I'll just leave it at that. And I can't wait for the WNBA All-Star game. Time for my bottom 3 from the last week in the WNBA. It is your boy, Rick Kamla. I'm the soon-to-be-called SportsEthos WNBA Today. I like the ring of that. I do. Rhyne Howard is down for Atlanta. Buzzkill. Sidelined for the rest of July after being diagnosed with a left knee injury suffered during Friday's game against the Indiana Fever. She was named to her 3rd All-Star team earlier this month, drafted by Team Collier, and she will need to be replaced. She's expected to make a full recovery, and a timeline for her return will be provided when appropriate. That's not good. You know what that says right there? Out indefinitely. Might not return this year. Okay, buzzkills. This is exactly what Atlanta did not need. Atlanta's been an up-and-coming team. We're all liking what's going on there. She's a huge all-star, huge part of the plan. Just buzzkill. Sorry, Atlanta. I really am. Probably going to get more Naz Hillman out of this. And Maya Caldwell, who we'll talk about in the waiver section when we talk fantasy in a little bit. She's somebody to look at there as well. She's averaging 16.5 points, 5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.7 steals. What a year. So I don't know what's going to go on with Sabali. Does it sound like Rhyne Howard's going to play in the All-Star? There's a 1,000% chance she does not play. And I mean, she's out indefinitely. Okay. De'Arica Hamby. Again, these were the stats from last week's show. I just looked at a couple of her box scores, and they were good lines too. 17, 7, and 4, 1.9 steals, 54% from the field. Stop it. De'Arica Hamby was the biggest snub. She needs to be named. And then from there, Brittany Sykes, Azura Stevens, Kayla McBride, Brianna Jones. I would send Kayla McBride. And it's not just because I'm a Lynx fan. I own that. But she could have made it the first go-round. The Lynx are by far the best team in the league. You have teams that aren't nearly assigned the standings with 3 ladies. Cheryl Reeve pointed that out. So I would believe that Kathy Engelbert would sort of like not do everything Cheryl wants her to do, but like acknowledge the logic in that in the All-Star season that's being had by Kayla McBride and send her there, as a replacement on the Collier team to keep that static with all the Lynx players. And then Hamby would go to the Caitlin Clark team to replace Rhyne Howard. Boy, it sounds, am I getting the teams right? Wasn't Rhyne Howard on Collier's team or Clark's team? Let me double check that. No, on Collier's roster. So I would name McBride to replace Howard, and then Sabali, I believe, is on the Clark roster. And then I would name Hamby to replace Sabali on the Clark roster. That's how I would rock with that. Kathy Engelbert, love you. You're welcome for all those suggestions. I believe that's how you should rock this way. It's like a hurricane warning popping up on the bottom of my computer here. The sun is out. What the hell, Microsoft? It's popping up again. Hurricane. What, like, is there a hurricane on the other side of the world right now? God bless all of them. I'm in Florida. Okay. Some call it Hurricane Alley right here on the Gulf Coast. So we've had our share. Last year we had 2 doozies, and we're still digging out of that. Number 2, in my bottom 3 from the last week in the WNBA, Arike Ogunbowale is lost at sea. Just bothers me, man. I've been righting the wrongs, though, right? Lee in Seattle co-signed her departure, rocking it in Dallas. Screaming about Bonner all year, gets out of Indiana, killing it in Phoenix. I've been all over this stuff, guys. All over it. I've been over the Arike thing, too. I spotted this early. It ain't a fit. She's not vibing with Koklanis' offense, how he wants her to play, how he's using her, how he's not using her. It's all changed for her, okay? She needs to get out. Get out. Remember Eddie Murphy back in the day would like spoof the scary movies, and he'd be like, get out. Like a voice in the house talking to you, like, get out. That's what's going on when Arike enters the Dallas Wings locker room. There's a voice, get out. And it's not Coach Koklanis. It's Coach Koklanis' evil spirit hovering over. I'm sorry. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Koklanis said Arike was out with a thumb injury, and then came back and really struggled with her shot. She missed all 10 of her field goal attempts. I have Arike all over the place too in fantasy leagues. Dude, I haven't had in one sport like overall this bad of a season in any sport. I can't remember. I don't think it's ever happened. Just boosh. Battleship sunk. 500 team. I don't rock with 500 teams. This is very, very counterintuitive. I don't even know what's going on. It's bizarre. I'm in the twilight zone. I know my lady's got to get on the court. Okay, that's what I know. I've said this all year long. Arike needs to get out of Dallas. Koklanis has ruined her. Okay, her points are down from 22 to 16. Boo! Her shots are down from 19 to 15. Boo! Her minutes are down from 38 to 33. Bye! Get me out of here! And it's Paige Becker's team now. We all know that. She's already the face of the Dallas Wings. Arike Ogunbowale has become a background singer. Okay? And she's not a background singer. She's a lead vocalist. Singing like Whitney Houston out there, man. Get her a new platform. Guys, it should be glaring right now. Glaring. Arike Ogunbowale will not be in attendance at All-Star Weekend unless she's there to party, and I highly doubt that. If I were her, I'd go on vacation somewhere really, really nice. I wouldn't go to Indiana. Sorry, I said that. I'm a Midwesterner. I love you, Indiana. I'm sorry. I say that at Milwaukee, okay? I talk some shit about Midwestern, Don't get me started on Iowa, okay? There, I'm throwing other states under the bus, too. You feel better now? It should be glaring. Like a strobe light should be hitting your eyes right now. God bless America. Arike Ogunbowale is not an All-Star this year. That should be your reaction. How is she not an All-Star this year? Should have been watching KAM'S show on the WNBA. I've been tracking this joint all year, okay? It's your boy Koklanis. Doesn't know what he's doing. Please understand that Arike Ogunbowale has been an All-Star 4 straight years. Until this year. 22 a game last year, like 21 a game. One of the best scorers in the WNBA for like 4 years running. Okay. Like the Devin Booker of the WNBA. Do you get my point? Like a Devin Booker type. Like every year super high in scoring, every year an All-Star, every year a complete and total badass. That's Arike Ogunbowale. And this jackhole has ruined her. Okay, so let's find a new team. Apparently, I did some digging. There's no real chatter about trading Arike Ogunbowale. So dang it, let's start it here. Okay, on the soon-to-be replaced name Fantasy WNBA Today with Rick Kamla, soon to be the SportsEthos WNBA Today with Rick Kamla. I have the team for Arike Ogunbowale. I do not know draft capital and salary slots, and I don't know the economics of the WNBA that way. I don't. I know the game, okay? But I didn't think that Vegas was going to be able to pull off a trade, and they traded for an Alyssa Smith, okay? So, okay, I would say that it's distinctly possible that the Chicago Sky could trade for Arike Ogunbowale. Call me crazy. I feel like that's within the realm of reality that move could happen. And that's the move that I want to see happen. I want to see Arike, a true dog, go play with, she's very close to the top of the dog heap in the WNBA, and that's Angel Reese. Okay? I mean that in the nicest of ways for those of you. What are you saying, dog? It's a basketball term of endearment and affection, okay? You got to be a dog to win. I say it a million times. Okay, but everybody gets, got to be careful these days. God forbid I ever tell a joke, right? I want Arike to merge with Angel Reese in Chicago. Angel needs help. Angel needs scoring. She needs firepower. She needs octane around her. Cardoso, so wildly inconsistent. I like her, second year. I'm hanging in there, but she's so inconsistent. They never play Van Lith. Rachel Band has been pretty good. In that starting lineup there, they have holes. Okay, Atkins has not been the player that I thought she would be going there from Washington. Just hasn't worked out the way I thought. She's been okay, but it hasn't popped like I thought it would. GSV, the Valkyries. I know you're probably thinking, well, they're an expansion team, 500, they just stay with what they got. Why? Get aggressive. You're an expansion team. Did the league hook you up with extra picks, extra money, extra flexibility? I don't know this stuff. Again, I don't know the deep economics of the W like that. I have to believe they have lots of draft picks out in the field. They just started their damn franchise. I gotta believe they got some stuff to trade, right? I mean, hit them with 3 first-round picks. Shit, I don't know. Dude, Arike Ogunbowale is a whale. She is somebody that you bundle a whole bunch of picks and go get. She's that ilk of player. Don't sleep. Oh, man, that's too much to give up for Arike. Dude, she's 28. She's a walking 25-5 bucket getter every night. Every night. You know how many of those ladies there are on Earth? There's like 5, 6, 7 on Earth. Okay, she's one of them. Okay, don't sleep. GSV, go for it. Joe Lakeup, my homie, dude. Get a little aggressive here. You guys got something cooking. You get Arike. Dude, we're all looking at the Valkyries differently if you get Arike. We're like, okay, here they come. Because right now we see you. Yep, I see you out there pulling off some wins, great home crowd, making money. Probably the best story in the WNBA. Phoenix, I think, is second, but like the Valkyries, like we all thought you were going to just suck and you're 500. You're in the play. Like a phenomenal story. Why don't you, like you're winning, right? And they're in Golden State, but in Vegas, like you're winning, right? Is it time to get conservative or is it time to get kind of aggressive, right? You're winning. You're playing with house money. I'd get aggressive right now. I would try to go get Arike. And then Vegas. And I know they just picked up Alyssa Smith. Again, I have no idea how they would trade for Arike. Maybe you talk Dallas into taking Jewel Lloyd off your hands and you bring Arike in for her. You get a huge upgrade, okay? Because Arike and Kelsey Plum, who we go back to last year with Vegas, right? Arike and Kelsey Plum, I ain't mad at that switch. I told you I was very mad at going from Kelsey Plum to Jewel Lloyd. I told you that's a drop-off, bro. But Kelsey Plum to Arike, that's kind of a lateral move, dude. Number 3, my bottom 3 from last week. Coach Nakase, Nakase. Coach Nakase in Golden State. Barking up the wrong tree here. Andre, let me check time here. Ooh, we're okay. Tropical Storm Dexter. Andre, is it coming for me? Oh, but he said might, LOL. Andre LaBouche. Oh, my guy. It's a beautiful sunny day out right now. I don't understand all that. Guys, if you're watching us on Twitter, we really appreciate that. We also want you to subscribe to the Fantasy WNBA Today podcast feed, and we would appreciate that. It is Rick Kamla. We are soon to be called the SportsEthos WNBA Today, a little name change. We're right now the Fantasy WNBA Today. So, Coach Nakase is barking up the wrong tree. Alyssa Thomas was fouled at the end of GSV's home loss to Phoenix last night. Before I go into the explanation, let me tell you, this was a foul. Okay. The first lady came to confront Alyssa Thomas, moving her feet, hands up, clean. Then another lady came over and like side body blocked Alyssa Thomas to the floor. Bam, she goes down on the floor. Not like violent or anything, just a foul. Okay. But this is what Nakase had to say about it. She missed the first free throw. She missed the first free throw, but switched the second. No, that wasn't a quote. That was a report. Here's the quote. It's so unfortunate that they get a win off of a free throw with no defense. What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. I literally, I read that, and now I'm reading it live on the air. I'm like, what does that mean? You get a win off a free throw. No, they got a win off of playing 40 minutes. Okay, first of all, off a free throw with no defense. What does that mean? Oh, that you can't defend a free throw? Well, it's kind of redundant, don't you think? Okay, anyway, she continues. To sit there and watch someone win a game off a free throw, that's a disservice. I'm just asking for consistency. Oh, the whiny Warriors are coming through Nakase. Andre, it's happening. Steve Kerr is bleeding. His whining is bleeding through Nakase. I just figured that out, dude. Epiphany had. You guys know that the Golden State Warriors program right now it annoys me. It's arrogant. It's misguided. you know, you can't win and develop at the same time. It's got to be one or the other. We don't develop here. We just go for the win. It's so stupid. And all of Kerr's whining about the refs and post-game podiums and all this little whiny stuff. I mean, even saying Draymond's the best defender he's ever seen is like whiny bullshit. It just is. It just is. And that's, unfortunately, that's bleeding here into Nakase. I hear it. She's a part of that program. Okay, she's in the building. She sees those people all the time. Caitlin Clark and Ty Halliburton are like buddies. They see each other all the time. They're in hyperbaric chambers next to each other at the same facility. Okay, I think that's cool. By the way, like the dude and girl camaraderie. You know, I think that's really cool stuff. But you know, I don't know how much like Kerr and Dunleavy and all those guys have to do with the running of the Valkyries program. Okay, but it's a tone in the organization that we're used to winning, and when we don't win, we whine. That's what we do here in Golden State. When we don't win, we whine, and we piss off Rick Kamla about it. And I'm hearing that unfortunately come through Nakase here. She said, I'm just asking for consistency. I'm begging for consistency. Hey, if it's because I'm a rookie coach, then I'll take the loss. I mean, stop it. Stop it with the violin. You're better than this. Coach Nakase, you're better than this. She said, so if I have to be better with the refs, if there's a badge of honor that I have to earn, then I'll do it. I'll blame myself. I mean, Andre, what I want you to do is shine up an Academy Award and send that bad boy to San Francisco and Chase Center. I mean, you want to talk about laying it on thick, right? I mean, I literally. I mean, give her a Tony. Take her to Broadway with a performance like that. Nakase continued, quote, I saw absolutely no foul. The physicality of the game for Phoenix was 10 times more versus our physicality. I saw absolutely no foul. I believe you have to win off of great shots. That's just part of it. So I think we deserve that. You don't deserve a damn thing. You earn what you deserve. And you did not deserve to win that game last night. We've covered, and by the way, I'm a fan of Nakase. I am. I said last week, she's a G. She's already there. Okay? Just the way she's operating, the success she's having in an early rate, the way she talks about her team after the game, I'm into it. She's going to be doing this for a long, long time. Okay? I'm into it. But, like I always say, that doesn't mean I'm free from criticism or feedback. On anything I want to provide criticism or feedback on, even those I love, respect, and appreciate. And this ain't it. This ain't it. If I watched the video and I was like, oh, there's no foul there. That's bullshit. Nope, no foul. Should not have gone to the free throw line. Okay, it's all different. She got side blocked to the floor. Dude, come on. Watch the video. Watch the video. I don't understand that. I really don't. Coach Nakase, you're better than that. I'm just saying you're in the whiny stuff about I'm a rookie coach. And nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. Your bosses don't want to hear that. The only person that was liking all that bull crap was Steve Kerr. Only guy in the whole facility is liking all that bull crap. Because Lakeup's like, yeah, that was a little whiny. You know, him and Goober, right, having brunch or something. That was kind of whiny, wasn't it? I mean, they're not. I mean, they love her and all. I'm just kidding. I got jokes from time. Wait, I already said you can't make jokes, right? You can't make jokes. It's 2025. So the refs are a huge conversation in the WNBA, okay? Nakase's gripes, completely missing me. And she's also trying to surf on the wave of this anti-ref thing with that. But to do it after a call that the refs got right, I'm not listening. By the way, when you do that and you're talking to this mic, it sounds really trippy. You should maybe experiment with that later, Andre. Just kidding. The, the WNBA has a whistle problem. The WNBA's whistle problem is it's allowing too much rugged play. Defenders are getting away with too much contact, too much steering, too much movement, too much knocking down of offensive players. And I'm not here particularly trying to protect Caitlin Clark. I'm here trying to protect Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, Arika Ogunbowale, Asia Wilson, on and on and on. Okay. Angel Reese gets a lot of offensive rebounds, goes back up, hackety hack, no foul. Okay. Offensive players are getting so good now that defenders know that they have to increase their physicality and clutch and grab. Okay. It's their only hope. Does this sound familiar? It should. We're going back to 1990s NBA ball here. Okay. The rugged land of the giants in the NBA, a lot of people's favorite era. Okay. When they beat the shit out of each other. They did. And they also played at an extremely high level. They played every game. There was all kinds of skill back then, no matter what the young fellas want to say, and young ladies. But the NBA was super rugged. More rugged than the WNBA is right now. It's not apples to apples, but it's a decent comp. The WNBA is rather rugged right now, okay? And I like it. But when it comes to a point of contact where the defender is gaining an advantage on the offensive player through contact that throws a player off of the course that they are on, knocks them down, keeps them from jumping. You get under their landing area when they're in the air. Like, this is all stuff that's not being called. And it's just bad officiating, okay? And the defenses know this now, so they're getting even more physical and more elbows and more clutching and more grabbing because we're humans, okay? What do humans do? You let us do stuff. You let us get away with stuff. We keep trying to do a little more of that and take advantage of it. I'm not saying I do that or every human does that, but a lot of humans do that. It's an innate reaction that we have. You keep giving, we keep taking, okay? And again, like, this is just kind of philosophical. I don't damn know. I think you get the point, right? It's too rugged out there right now. God forbid somebody gets hurt, because Caitlin Clark's been hurt twice and she's knocked to the floor a lot and all that kind of stuff. But she's had 2 soft tissue injuries. So I'm not going to say, oh, they're beating Caitlin Clark into injury. And you know, some dumbass is going to put that out there at some point. All of these refs and not calling fouls. That's not why Caitlin Clark is getting hurt. If she's having either an unlucky year or she's not in good enough shape. That's one or the other. Could just be bad luck or she's not conditioned enough. I don't know the answer to that. She looks very, very, very well conditioned, right? And she's kind of just having an unlucky year. It happens. So the refs are a problem in the WNBA, and I encourage them to get it right sooner rather than later. It's been a spicy show, right? Got a little bit more for you guys. Can't forget about the KAMMY of the week. We do that every week. It is Angel Reese. Why Angel Reese? Why not? Okay, history. We are near the end of the first half of the season. All-Star is this weekend. Okay, these are the records that Angel Reese is on pace to set. I talk hoops. Love you. I don't even know if you know who I am, but she's a great follow for WNBA Goodies. I believe it's a she. I think it's a she. I hope it's a she. Based on what I said. It's a great follow, nevertheless. Anyway, Angel Reese is on pace to surpass Candace Parker for the most assists in a season by a front court player in Sky history. Okay, that's not that great. On pace to break Alyssa Thomas's WNBA single season double-double record. That's pretty cool. On pace to reclaim the WNBA single season rebounding record. That's cool. On pace to eclipse Aaliyah Boston for the most assists by a second-year front court player. See, now we're doing too much with stats. That's what I was talking about earlier. That's one of those we're doing too much with stats, but okay. I'm not mad at you. On pace to become the first player in WNBA history with 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds through 2 seasons. Okay, wait a minute. So Lisa Leslie didn't do that. Candace Parker didn't do that. Brittany Griner didn't do that. That's a good stat, okay? On pace to become the first WNBA player to record 50 double-doubles through 2 seasons. I kind of like that one. On pace to become the first player ever to record 500 rebounds in a season. Wait a minute. On pace to become the first player ever to record 500 boards in a season. That's mildly intriguing for me. So she's killing it. She's Angel Reese. And what's Chicago's record? Let me look up their record real quick. I know it's not good. Does Chicago have a shot at making this thing, bro? So we've got 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. And it moved on me. 8th is Golden State at 10 and 11. The Las Vegas Aces are 9 at 10 and 11. Chicago Sky are 7 and 14. And they're 3 games back of the playoffs right now. The LA Sparks are also 3 games back of the playoffs right now. They've got talent on their roster. Could make a move. But this is why, if you're the Valkyries, go get Enrique. Okay, put yourself over the hump a little bit, right? And go from 10 and 11 and right on the bubble to like, okay, now we're like passing Washington and we're trying to make a move here, right? That's why I would go get Enrique if I were them. If you're Chicago, if you get Enrique, you're probably making the playoffs, which I think would be cool. Be great for their fan base. And so like they could get ahead of the Las Vegas Aces. Chicago. Imagine if Chicago gets by Vegas. That would be crazy, right? They're only 3 games back right now. Chicago's not going to do that as is. Chicago would need to go get Enrique Ogunbowale to do that, but that's what I'm saying. Go, guys, shout out. Chicago Sky should trade for Enrique Ogunbowale. Rick Kamla said it. Tell everybody, bro. Hot take of the day. All right? So put that in your pipe and smoke it. I love it. I got to give you some fantasy goodies here, right? It's in the name, Fantasy WNBA Today. These are waiver wire pickups, okay? You have a WNBA fantasy league. I want you to go to ESPN or wherever your platform is and pick these ladies up, okay? And there's a lot of them. So grab a little pen and a little piece of paper and let's go to work. Janelle Salon, last 2 games, she's with GSV. She starts. The minutes are weird, 21 and 19, but the lines are great. 16, 6 and 2, 12, 3 and 1. I like it. I loved her. And then she went overseas, I believe the Eurobasket, but left the W for international play. I know that. She's French. And now she's back balling again. Okay. Probably on waivers. Rachel Banham. She is the guard in Chicago that I want Enrique Ogunbowale to replace. All right. Rachel Banham right now is playing well. Last 5 games. These are points, 20, 13, 11, 12, 15. Again, if you're NBA style, you're like, dude, you just read Tim Hardaway's stat line, right? I'm not really that impressed. Again, the stats they're crunched a little bit for the ladies. Shorter game, not as many shots. It just is what it is. So a stat line like that for somebody on waivers, give me that. Okay, in the W, trust me, give me that. If you're going dubs, 5 straight games and all, yeah, you need to be scooped up off the waiver wire instantly, just like this lady, JJ Quinterly of Dallas. Last 5 games, she's gone 15, 17, 18, 16, 13. She's averaging 5 dimes per game over that 5-game stretch with 1.2 steals per game over that 5-game stretch. She's killing it. Go get her immediately, okay? And Maya Caldwell, all right? She started the last game for Atlanta without Rhyne Howard. She went 12, 5 and 3, 1 and 1 with the blocks and steals, 2 threes, played 35 minutes. Very good pickup right now. Leona Febish is popping right now, and that's a segment that I've done, kind of merging it with the pickups right now for time's sake. She's probably not available on waivers. If she is, go get her. She, same thing, started the year, left for the international side, and she's back with the Liberty now. Last 2 games, she's gone 15, 9 and 2, 21, 4 and 4, finding her stride. Just check your waiver wire to see if she's out there. And if she is, it's an obvious pickup. Sanaya Rivers up at Connecticut, balling. Last 5 games, she has 11 steals and 4 blocks, 3 defensive goodies per game. And the last 4, in terms of scoring, has gone 21, 12, 11, and 10. I'm digging it. Lee Uru of Dallas has been really strong in 3 of the last 4 games. A 16, 5 and 2 with 1 and 1, an 18 and 10 with a block, and a 12 and 11 dub. And she had one dud in there, but I'm not mad at her. great pickup if she's available. I highly doubt she is. Whitcomb is somebody you want to look at from Phoenix because Copper is still out. And Naz Holman of Atlanta with Howard out, I believe will play more. She's already been really good with all the Griner stuff going on. So the injury buzzkills. Rhyne Howard, of course, we talked about her. Ogunbowale's back. That's good news, but Dallas still missing Dejanay Carrington. Jonquel Jones out an extended period with that ankle injury. Setu Sabali probably going to need to be replaced on the All-Star team. And Kalia Copper, who we have talked about. I believe, yeah, we have, because I teased it. Let's get to it. Just enough time here to give you a KAM goodie. And again, this is a good way to end the show here. I've touched on it, but I want to just amplify this point one more time. This right here is the golden era of the WNBA. A lot of you older heads probably look at the 80s in the NBA like nostalgically, like you grew up with it, like that's the best, the golden era of the NBA. I'm not mad at you. It's Magic, it's Bird, it's Jordan. Come on. Nobody's mad at you for that. We're in that era right now for the WNBA. And I don't think it's debatable. It's not. It's the most talented the league has ever been. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Paige Beckers are so brand new, right? And so awesome. They are GOATs. They're not Hall of Famers. They're GOATs. Imagine how exciting that is. It's not unlike Magic, Bird, and Jordan. It's not unlike that. You have three, all drafted in a condensed little period of time, all coming up together, all changing their game, all doing historic things, battling for titles, as Clark and Reese already have done in college. It's as good as it gets, man. Could not be more excited about the WNBA. And this is more than Caitlin Clark, obviously. Okay, she's a huge part of this. She's America's sweetheart. Awesome. There always has to be a face for something. It doesn't mean that there's not other faces that matter a ton. But there's always a face of something, right? Front man of a band, front woman of a band. The CEO of the company becomes a lot of times the face of the company. You get it, right? College basketball. The face of a college basketball team is not a player. It's the coach. College football, same thing. Okay, so everything has, that person that's out there. The president of the United States, right? He's on the podium all alone. It's him, right? So she is that person for the WNBA. But arenas are filling all around the country, and Caitlin Clark's not playing in those games. Okay? Ratings are good for the WNBA. Attendance is up around the league. Jersey sales is up around the league. Okay? All outside of Caitlin Clark. This is the golden era of the WNBA. You have the most teams the league has ever had and growing. They just added 3 more. The most eyes and visibility and attention the league has ever garnered, and it's absolutely not even close. The WNBA is mainstream now. I don't know at the exact time. Maybe Caitlin coming into the league made the league mainstream. Maybe it was starting to become mainstream before Caitlin, and then Caitlin just tipped it over, and that was just it, right? Maybe it was fully mainstream before Caitlin Clark got there, okay? But what I know is that right now it's more mainstream. Right now, July 15th of 2025, this day in time, the WNBA is the most mainstream in America that it's ever been, and it's growing. That's what's fun. That's what's cool. It's growing. It's not like, oh, we're here and we're plateauing like Bitcoin or something, right? No, it's growing like you want all your stocks to do. Get as much stock to the WNBA as you can and keep feasting your eyes on this show. I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Huge thanks to Andre Lemouche for all that he does. We got a name change coming up, folks. We're the Fantasy WNBA Today for now, but not for long. We are going to be the SportsEthos WNBA Today. And we will see you next week. How about, what do you say, Tuesday, 10 a.m. I'll be back with my NBA show following that. We're in kind of a bi-weekly format for the NBA show. So next Tuesday, guys, it'll be 10 a.m. Eastern, WNBA show, 11 a.m. NBA show. And I'll be back Wednesday on with Dr. A with the Fantasy NBA Today. We'll hit the air at 11 a.m. with that. Peace and love. I love you all. Enjoy All-Star Weekend. And remember what I said. Make it a love fest. Make it a celebration. Don't make it divisive. Peace.